You have got to be kidding me! How can that arrogant asshole know what they are planning on going? I mean, granted, however, it wasn't exactly that much of a disguised, well, effect, but I'm still pretty pissed off by it, because this is smelling an enormously huge despair coming up, as finally Act 2 closes. What awaits us next is very likely big despair, but I'm surprised that it actually ends with just one more day until the battle that will shake the world happens. I don't know what Act 3 is gonna be about, but Act 3 is probably gonna be about the beginning of everything. But the chapter ends with very ominous clouds of very strong despair incoming. The angry enemy fan, the despair reviewer here of One Piece chapter 955. First of all, Birch has for some reason ended up in Dressrosa, where they're gonna pick up supplies. Why do I have a feeling that is not gonna end well for Dressrosa? Either way, it's revealed that Hiyori has decided not to join in with the rebellions because emotions is not gonna be before the war. Why do I have a sneaking suspicion that the reason why she's gonna do that is for some completely different? I mean, please, Oda, do not make Hiyori a bitch in cheap clothing or everything like that. Make her a hidden triumph card or something like that. Everyone is pretty surprised in hearing that Hiyori is alive, especially of the fact that apparently she was a tomboy when she was a kid. Now she's a lady, as even Zoro points out that she is now 18 years older than you, and even Sanji is jealous and wanna butter up to that. Either way, it turns out that Tenjima Hitetsu, the reason why he has been waiting for someone for 20 years, was indeed because of Kinemon. But that is because the blade of Enma and Ameno Habekari has been entrusted to him. He is the one who has protected the swords for so long. The blade said to have been able to cut even the skies, Ameno Habekari, and the blade said to be able to slice through hell itself, Enma. Odin's beloved blades are here. Momonosuke is not ready to take Ameno Hisuke, but Zoro gets indeed Enma, and he tries to cut a tree, but he actually cuts an entire piece of the land itself, and almost loses his muscles and his haki from the very blade itself, although he gets it back. Because it's revealed that Enma is a very strange blade. The blade will force his wielder to release excessive amount of Ryu, which is haki, and will cause unnecessary large strike if you were just some normal swordsman. You would have your energy sucked out in class immediately. But since Zoro is not that kind of person, he will be able to tame the blade. Realizing that this could actually be better than Shusu, he decided that once I get used to the sword, he will become even stronger. With that, 3 days left. Robin reports that she has discovered that it's about 2,000 strong people in the Beast Pirate, as well as Orochi will have 10,000. How he is able to get that many, I don't know. Elsewhere in port, Frank is building the ships, and he's even saying that he should have more rooms to build. In Northern Prison Mine, Luffy in Gear 4th is trying to actually master the Ryu, but it's still not exactly enough. Still much brute force. And Zoro also reveals that the geezers in his village was the one who taught him Tsunashi. Elsewhere, Tama, when it's 2 days left, Tama encounters the rest, where the Yakuza has gathered 200 more people. They have 4,200 people, but Law and the rest is not accounted for. That is not a good sign. The fact that Shinobu is so abrasive to that makes me pissed off. You can go and die, Shinobu. Because of you, Law is very likely not going to join this alliance anymore. Where everything else. I mean, is Law really so shallow not to join this alliance? Granted, everything that Luffy have done to him in Wano Kuri has gotten on his nerve, but you would think that he would owe the guy who practically made him close from his past everything. Or is Law just moving out to have a different plan in mind while also supporting the alliance? I don't know, I'm kinda worried. as Sharper points out, Law is strong, way stronger than Shinobu ever will be. And Luffy has also gotten back to the crew and is now sleeping. But the prisoners has not been letting out of their cage. They're still very much trapped. So with that, one day remains in the end, and they are going to soon split up, as they all proclaim that they will meet at the port. We are getting to a new manual labor, because it turns out that Udon wasn't the only one. The rumors have been going around that the Red Scarabs are really there and are gonna help them, which makes many people say different things. The prisoners saying that gives them false hope, and other people saying that they met such a terrible fate. It's really not exactly sure who is supporting who. Either way, together with the 7 of the Red Scarabs, after all, there are 2 missing. Where the hell is Nekomamushi? And more importantly, where is Denjiro? Is Denjiro really who we think he is, or someone else? They are moving out to the winter frost. However, even though the narrating saying the dazzling sun burns brightly in the midday sun, 20 years passed and they burden their burdens with everything else, Hitetsu reveals to Zoro something very interesting. He actually reveals that the blade that Zoro wields, the one Usurin, the blade he got from his childhood rival, or from his master that was from his childhood rival, actually used to belong to a person who was called Shinotutsu Kusamboburu, who somehow left the country 50 years ago, and is very likely related to the sword master, that which was Zoro's master. Who in the end, that would explain why he also looked down on women so much, because he was the son of a guy who came from an old country. Therefore, it would make sense for him to look down on the opposite gender. Either way, Hitetsu is pretty sure that Zoro, who has actually, it's not exactly clear if he has mastered Enma, but it is clear that he has actually gotten control over Enma a lot quicker than other thing else, is saying that Enma has yet to become a black blade, but in your hands I know it will reach that level. Meaning that this is meant to say that Zoro will make all his swords black blades. Oh yeah, and Kitetsu number 2 came back to the Swordsmaster. And Luffy have finally learned the flowing Ryusu. Although, given to the fact that it only breaks a tree, it is not still known if that is going to be enough. The chapter ends with Orochi having actually figured out that Odon is not fine, somehow, and then also find out that Hiyori is somehow in the northern graveyard. How the hell does he know that? And also, of course, finding out that Yasue had did that in Port Tokage, but he could just have gotten the note. It would have been an easy setup of it all. We also see Law, but we don't see what he is planning. With that, get ready. With the clear blue skies, the war that will shake the fate of the world itself would now begin. End of Act 2. That is how it is. I am kind of upset with the fact that Orochi is not supposed to be smart. He's not supposed to figure out something like that. And how the hell did he find out that Hiyori is alive? And find out that she is in the northern graveyard? Someone betrayed them. I just wonder who. Now when I think about it, is it possible that Shinobu is the betrayer? I mean, she was the one who overheard that Hiyori was alive, and Kawamatsu couldn't have been the person. Either way, someone in the 9 Red Scarabs is a traitor. Or someone else, for that matter. Because they told everything here. I mean, is it really like that? Or is he really that smart? I refuse to believe that Orochi can be that smart. Either way, Hiyori is in the northern graveyard. So what awaits us next, I don't know. Two 9-red scarves are missing. Denjiro and Nakamamushi. Where the hell are you, Nakamamushi? They have made graves of Yasue and Pedro. We are actually so wonder for that. But what I want to know is Kyoshiro really Denjiro? How the hell can they win with 4,200 people? I don't know, I just do not know. But what I do know is that finally all the preparations are done. The battle is not going to start in Act 3, it's probably going to start in Act 4, but Act 2 is officially wrapped up. And according to the narrator, the battle that will shake the earth will now begin, meaning that this will be a battle of things. We can also not forget that the Big Mom Pirates actually ally themselves with the Beast Pirate, meaning that they have even more crew members. In all honesty, this sounds almost like a losing battle. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that the main characters are gonna lose. But it's still not exactly clear how they can win either. So give me your thoughts if you have any.